You probably already know who Vitalik Buterin is. In 2015, he and a group of co-founders started a little project called Ethereum, which is currently the second largest cryptocurrency and has tremendous potential. There were a few additional significant founding members of Ethereum. Charles Hoskinson was one of these participants. A few years later, Hoskinson discovered himself at the center of a new initiative called Cardano, which was inspired by the Italian mathematician Girolamo Cardano. Cardano is merely a cryptocurrency that uses proof of stake. Let's hear from the founder about it now to truly clarify what it means and to summarize why it's not just some random cryptocurrency. Hoskinson predicted that cryptocurrencies would mostly experience three issues. Scalability, interoperability, and sustainability are these issues. Let's go over each of these concerns to comprehend the goals of the project. The first factor is scalability. Fans of Bitcoin are all too familiar with this issue. The network can only confirm 5 to 7 transactions per second using Bitcoin because of its block size. In comparison to the Visa giant, which can handle tens of thousands of transactions per second, this is not even close. The Bitcoin block size controversy has been raging for years. However, there is still one issue that applies to all cryptocurrencies. How can this project grow? Now that more users are using a system, as Hoskinson has stated, we actually want things to speed up rather than slow down as many of them do. The network must speed up if it is under use in order to maintain consistency for its users. He was referring to the idea that a blockchain's capacity should increase linearly with usage. Epochs, which essentially divide up who validates specific blocks in the blockchain, are how Cardano resolves this issue. They employ a variety of nodes to be more precise. Nodes are nothing more than the computers owned by the people or businesses managing the blockchain. They are eligible for nomination as a slot leader. Although you don't really need to understand what these phrases signify, they are essential for Cardano's proof of stake to scale. This system is known as an Ouroboros in Cardano, but given the complexity of Ouroboros, it might be justified. The fact that slots can be further divided up, allowing the network to scale, is what's significant in this situation. Speaking of scalability, this channel is gradually beginning to scale, which means that each new video receives an increasing number of views and an expanding subscriber base. Therefore, if you're watching this video and aren't already subscribed, please think about doing so because we're working hard to continue making high-quality educational Bitcoin videos, and the best way to thank us for our efforts is for you to subscribe and watch our featured videos. Relocating on. Interoperability is the second difficulty. Therefore, this technological issue is quite ancient. Let's consider this using an early wireless networking example. If you've ever tried to set up a wireless network in your home, you know that in order for the signal to reach your device, you need to connect it to a router. But what if you can only connect your Apple iPhone to Apple routers? If everyone had to purchase the same gear from the ground up and from the same manufacturer, that wouldn't be very practical. And in fact, the American government would probably view that as a monopoly. How can Cardano prevent the same issue from affecting crypto then? By leveraging something called the KMZ sidechains protocol, it enables people to bridge Cardano and other cryptocurrencies that use different blockchains with ease. The ability to quickly convert US dollars for Canadian dollars, euros, or other currencies is essentially what this is in the crypto world. Now, unlike other cryptocurrencies, Cardano is aware that it won't be the only cryptocurrency and is actively working on a bridge-based interoperability solution. You should absolutely watch our specific video on it if you want to learn more about the technical details of how a blockchain bridge functions. Sustainable development is the third issue. Now, if Cardano or any other cryptocurrency is going to power a significant portion of our financial lives, we obviously need a mechanism to ensure the system continues to run smoothly. Therefore, we do not always imply environmentally sustainable when we use the word sustainable. Although many claim that Cardano is ecologically friendly because of its proof of stake rather than proof of labor approach, in the cryptocurrency community, environmentalist views are hotly contested. Regardless, what is important is the network's ability to maintain operations while also advancing and maintaining a strong development community. By establishing a treasury to collect fees and distribute them to people who contribute to the network, Cardano finds a solution to this problem. In a nutshell, Cardano is a cryptocurrency that is self-sustaining and was created with the goal of continually evolving. You'll now observe that Cardano appears to have been created with the sole purpose of addressing difficulties logically and sensibly. This is a project that a former mathematician developed and oversees. This is evident in a number of ways, chief among which is the fact that it bears the name of an Italian mathematician. ETA is the name of the network-issued token and it actually has value. ETA is the currency, and Cardano is the blockchain. Widely, this is not a reference to the Americans with Disabilities Act, but rather to Ada Lovelace, a woman who is widely regarded as the first ever computer programmer. Beyond naming conventions, Charles Hoskinson has exhibited a desire to solve complex problems methodically and rationally. Numerous studies, articles, and peer reviews are being prepared as part of the Cardano project to obtain outside input. Charles allegedly has a cult-like following according to some. However, he regularly posts stream update logs to keep his audience informed. Despite Cardano's own branding and aesthetic, you might be wondering how exactly it differs from Ethereum. Fortunately for you, we'll cover it right away. We won't make assumptions about people's personalities or disputes, but according to the article, Buterin preferred that Ethereum remain a non-profit organization, whereas Hoskinson believed that Ethereum should be a for-profit organization. In a sense, both of their wishes were granted. Hoskinson took a break, Buterin stayed with Ethereum, and a proposal was made shortly after. Hoskinson was approached by Jeremy Wood, an Ethereum co-founder, about setting up a for-profit organization to develop blockchain projects for businesses, governments, and even other organizations. Input Output Hong Kong, or IOHK, is the name given to this business in honor of both the engineering phrase and the city where it was founded. You might be wondering what this has to do with Cardano. The primary endeavor of IOHK is what is currently known as Cardano. While both Ethereum and Cardano are platforms for smart contracts, there are several key differences between the two. The first is that Cardano has always been a blockchain with proof of stake. In other words, they validate transactions based on how many tokens the validators stake, as opposed to Bitcoin's way of solving extremely difficult math problems to generate coins. As a result, if you own a lot of ADA, you can stake it and gain an advantage over people who hold less ADA on the network. Ethereum, on the other hand, began as a proof-of-work network, but is currently transitioning to a proof-of-stake chain. Cardano is deflationary like Bitcoin, which is another crucial aspect. This basically means that there is a set quantity, and in the case of ADA, a total of 45 billion ADA coins will be produced, as opposed to Ethereum, which mints more and more Ethereum every year. That would generally imply from an economic standpoint that ADA should appreciate in value or value more than Ethereum, all other things being equal. That is the closest we will get to price speculation today, though. But let's look at where Cardano is used today and where it might be used in the future with an eye towards the future. Cardano actually began as an ICO, despite the ICO frenzy of 2017, which was notorious for a number of dubious scams. The difference is that after that, Cardano's shown that it should be regarded seriously. The University of Edinburgh and the University of Wyoming have received backing for their blockchain projects from IOHK thanks to its dedication to thorough research and testing of its solutions, and the company has since entered into other relationships in the real world. When we examine Cardano's collaboration with the government of Georgia, the nation, not the state, we can understand the breadth and depth of its possibilities. Georgia has chosen to develop an ID verification system employing both Cardano and IOHK's enterprise solution, Atala. Commercially, though, his alliance with New Balance is probably its most impressive. I am aware of your thoughts. That's accurate. Similar to how VeChain was developed to validate supply chains, New Balance has contracted IOHK to use their technology to check the authenticity of its trainers. IOHK has published a roadmap for Cardano's future, which covers 5 eras of foundation, decentralization, smart contracts, scaling, and governance. You can really read the roadmap if you'd like. It uses a blockchain as a logical and precise organization system. Each of these eras expands Cardano's potential by adding fresh products and features. It's safe to state that Cardano will always have a plan for what they do next with reference to us of any future utility. But that's all we got for Cardano today. This video is a little different from the rest of our movies because this was genuinely a coin. Given that Cardano is a large project with many devoted supporters, feel free to ask any questions in the comments section below. I really appreciate you everybody watching. We sincerely hope that this movie has helped you learn anything, and most importantly, we want to see you in our